Hello, I'm Simon Dash, Principal of Xavier Catholic College in Harvey Bay, and I'd like to offer you this Easter message. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John chapter 1 verse 5. In mid-January 2015, my son Jacob and I took a road trip from Adelaide, South Australia to Richmond, far north Queensland. It was a 2,138 kilometre journey over 3 days to get Jacob to his first job as an agricultural business banker in the tiny town that serves as a hub for the many surrounding properties. As a father and son road trip, it was an awesome experience. When we arrived, I spent a week with him to help him set up his flat, teach him how to iron and to cook, and generally spend some great father and son time together. One of our shared memories was sitting out the back at night with a couple of soft drinks and looking at the stars. It was a new moon, so the sky was black, and because of this, the stars were visible in the most spectacular way imaginable. I was able to point out to him constellations that I had rarely seen. This memory came to me recently as I thought about our world's current situation. Things are dark and unclear at the moment as a pandemic sweeps across the globe. We are concerned about our families, young and old, our friends and neighbours, and how long this uncertainty will last. It was Martin Luther King Jr. that said, "Only in the darkness can you see the stars. On a particularly dark night, they shine even brighter, and you can even see sweeping parts of the nebula across the sky." However, I don't think King was speaking about stargazing. He was speaking of human history and the human condition. When the situation we face seems dark and uncertain, the many acts of human kindness and love shine brighter, just like the stars. As we enter Holy Week soon and journey towards Easter, we are reminded of what Jesus and his followers faced. After a triumphant entry into Jerusalem, Jesus faced a series of betrayals. First, from the status quo, who felt threatened by not only his message, but his actions in challenging the price gouging that was taking place at the temple. You see, to buy a sacrificial offering for Passover, you had to change your Roman denarii to shekels, and the exchange rate amounted to extortion. He was betrayed, arrested, faced farcical trials, was tortured and mocked, crucified, and laid in a borrowed tomb. Many of his own followers abandoned him for fear of their own lives. It is so important to remember there is no resurrection without the crucifixion. There is no Easter without a dead and lifeless body lying in the darkness of the tomb. There is no hope without that experience of hopelessness and despair. Perhaps that is what our world is experiencing at the moment, the darkness of the tomb, and the sense of hopelessness that comes from a future that looks grim and foreboding. It is in this context that the glory of the resurrection breaks through the darkness. It is the shining star, the brightest light that emerges to give hope and healing to a broken world. For even his closest followers, who felt that the dream of change was over, the surprise and shock was immense. In facing darkness, despair and death, Jesus transforms our worldview and gives hope for a new way of living. It was and is the resounding yes to his message of love, forgiveness, compassion, equality, justice, and peace. We are an Easter people who nurture hope and joy despite the darkness that may surround us. This hope and joy are the stars that shine and stand out in the darkness our world faces. Easter hope and joy are born in the bravery of our medical staff who put their lives at risk each day. The paramedics, the police officers, and all first responders, whose sense of duty keeps them focused on helping those most in need. It includes those in our community who keep showing up to do the unpleasant jobs that keep our streets and workplaces clean. Add to that those who keep the food chain supplied from farm to supermarket. We also remember school staff who are delivering education under trying conditions and caring for the children of our essential service workers. And we acknowledge with gratitude all those who carry out simple acts of kindness to those who are at risk or struggling. This list is not exhaustive by any means, but these are our stars in the darkness who bring the sense of Easter to life every day. Many may not see themselves as religious, but through their dedication, care and concern, they reveal the face of Christ at work in this world. As the famous psychiatrist and author Elizabeth Kubler-Ross once wrote, "People are like stained glass windows. They sparkle and shine when the sun is out, but when darkness sets in, their true beauty is revealed only if there is a light from within." Thanks for shining that light from deep within your soul and illuminating the world with hope. Thank you, my Easter people. While the churches will be empty this Easter, our Easter hope has perhaps never been stronger because of you. May the joy of Easter radiate in every person's heart and shine a light of hope that will conquer the darkness we face. God's blessings to you all. Thank you.